Hello and welcome back to another video on my Project E90. This is Junior's Gasoline Alley, and on this channel we're rebuilding this E90 and gonna flip it to see if we can make a nice car out of a turd that was 1,400 bucks. But without any further ado, you're not here to know about that. You are here because, as the video is titled, we're gonna be replacing the rear shocks on this car for under 100 bucks. We've got two shocks. We've got all the hardware and everything that's going to be necessary to get this not so great E90 back into fully functional shape. And likely you are one of the many people that have had experienced the unfortunate thing where the rear shock has, just decided to eat itself. So in this video, we're going to be replacing the shock, the hardware, all that good stuff with some parts that I got pretty cheap, and I'll have linked down below, but specifically the A Premium rear shock. So this shock, perfect for the E90 Xi, just like that. I think it's actually the same shock on the rear wheel drive as well. The front shocks, of course, are different. Whole front subframe's different. But with that, we also have new hardware. These can be picked up pretty inexpensively. And personally, I wouldn't do this job without them, because if you're just going to be replacing that, spend a few dollars more, get some new bushings, and make it ride nicely. We're just going to jack up straight from the rear differential, so that way we can get two jack stands underneath the car at once. So up it goes. And get your jack stand lined up. One slider, other one in, lower the car back down. Boom. Simple stuff, of course. I'm going to select my 17mm impact socket, toss it on the impact gun. And so these cars have these lug bolts rather than nuts. So off it goes. Off it goes. Off it goes. Somewhere in this car, I hope we have the adapter for that thing. Dang. What do you think the chances are? Yeah. Nope. Ashtray? Nah. Over under on the dashboard. What do you think? Woo! Ha ha! Golden. There we go. Gotta love it when a plan comes together. Not sure who's all that worried about stealing these Uniroyal tires on some 16s, but better safe than sorry, I suppose. There we go. So that right there is the problem. You can see the whole strut assembly has broken apart, and it's all the way down here. Now, luckily, to get at that, I'd be surprised if that's a 17, but let's give it a shot. Huh. There you go. Now the question is, how do we get that thing out? And the answer to that, I'm hoping, it's just going to be a bit of leverage. Now, of course, to fix it, we've got our new A Premium rear shock. These guys, a pair of them, were about 70 bucks. And then I got new bushings for the top. The bottom is, of course, just going to slide in where the old one slid in. And I'm going to try this out and then take our shock, slide it up and in, and you'll see the bottom can go right into that bushing. It's going to slide into place like so. See? It's perfect. And I realize that this is going swimmingly and it looks seamless on video, But I'll save you the despair and just let you know, I quickly find out I should have just bought the whole bushing kit, get the rear mount for the control arms, and do it right rather than spend 20 bucks on just the bushings up top. So let's be back once I've made the right move and bought exactly what I need. A couple days later, and we are back at it, although snow's back on the ground, which is too bad. But here we've got the new dust boots and bump stop that I needed. I figured if I was doing that, I might as well buy some new lower mounts, get the full kit. And then we do, of course, have our upper mount as well. Now, I already bought some of those because I expected to need to do those, but the whole set was cheaper than buying the stuff separate. So here we go. All right, Serena. Sneak the new bushing down in there. See if we can't get this snugged right up. Quick tip here, make sure to get that shock compressed before you try to slide it in. That way it's just going to expand right into place. Then we got our 17 go in at the bottom. Yeah, get her good and tight. So we've got the shock in place. We now need to go ahead. Our top hat screwed on. If you care about your strut, be sure to use a ratchet. In this case, I'm using an open socket, so that way I can hold on to the top and make sure it doesn't spin. If you don't give a, well, then use an impact. All right, so that's on there nice and snug. This stupid fiddly little bit, it's going to click in there eventually. You just got to have persistence and some grit. Boom. So the trunk for the most part has been put back together. Obviously, I'm going to clean this up when doing the rest. But most importantly, look at that. We've got brand new shocks mounted up in there. New mounts, the whole bit. And it's really just time to go ahead and put our wheel back on. Nice to see the rear seats back up. So let's get these mounted up, and this job will be done. Another $100-ish bucks or so into the car, and getting closer to this thing being ready to drive. Should also mention, I went ahead and got rid of that locking lug nut. We don't want those in the future. And so you might be asking yourself at this point, what am I into, this fix and rebuild, restore, whatever you want to call it, project? Well, we bought the car, we towed it home on a U-Haul trailer, we then added front and rear hood and trunk lift supports, plus the full kit of shock bushings, lower mounts, what have you, with those A premium shocks, all installed up for a grand total of $1,676.96. Tell you what, how great is that? We are all back together. Got some shocks on the back, and boy, did that change the ride height. Before, it was looking like a low boy with the back all squished down, not having shocks. Well, anyways, thanks so much for watching this video on doing new shocks on the back of this fix and flip BMW 325 Xi. Go ahead, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Are we making progress? What did I do wrong? Leave me those comments, and definitely subscribe so you can see what else it's going to take, like those headlights, which are foreshadowing the next video.